you say, well, I am ready for Olympics here?
When I was about 16, I did well in the junior circuit in singles. I was #1 in the world in the juniors after winning Wimbledon and the US Open. And at that point, I knew that I was getting closer to my dream of coveting an Olympic medal. My dad wouldn't let me sit at the dining table with him until I did, you know. So I had to work really hard at it. And my first Olympics in Barcelona in '92, I came really close in doubles with Ramesh. We lost in the bronze medal match in the quarterfinals to the Croatian boys. And then I single-mindedly focused for Atlanta in '96. I gave up my doubles requirements at that time, and I solely focused on playing singles events, focused on getting this body and mind ready to perform that weekend in Atlanta at Stone Mountain. And I must say I was very blessed to have that opportunity, and I made the most of it and came up with a medal, which was fun.
I think that's fantastic. You know Mayor Fenty. Folks, Mayor Fenty wants to make sure the tennis courts are in every high school. Have you looked at it? Can you have some of these games at these high schools?
You're right. The mayor is really focused on tennis, and he sees that tennis is a sport of a lifetime. You know, and you can play it your whole life, and also change people's lives. I mean, Serena and Venus grew up in the inner city in L.A., and through tennis, it's changed their lives. So we have a very active program to interact with people in the community. And so we will, over the course of the season, do 8 clinics for kids with hundreds and hundreds of kids. In fact, Venus is going to lead one, Anna Kournikova and Serena's going to lead one. And then the team, Leander and the team, will do another 5 of them, where we'll do them in our stadium because that's a special thrill for kids to play on the same court. And then we'll go for a couple of them out into the community to local courts and do it in their communities and go to them. And every kid who comes gets a free T-shirt. We give out free rackets to every kid who wants it. We actually did a partnership with Bloomberg, who's helped sponsor this whole endeavor, and it's a really core part of our team. There's a lot of activities around kids. In addition to these clinics, we bring every night, we give 200 to 300 tickets for free to kids' charities for underprivileged kids to come to the match. So over the course of the season, we give 2,500 tickets to these kids' charities. We work with over 35 charities for that. And then one of the coolest things in World Team Tennis is every kid 16 and under who comes to a match, every kid, no matter whether it was how they came, comes on the court, and every player who plays sits at a table, and every kid 16 and under comes up and gets to meet each player and get something signed by them. And whether it's, Leander, Venus, Serena, Anna Kournikova, John McEnroe, they all sit there until every single kid gets an autograph. That can be a life changer. That's what we hope. That can be a life changer. That's what we hope. One of the great stories I heard is that Serena told me that when she was a little girl, she went to a clinic in Compton in L.A. that Billie Jean King put on for them. And it was one of her great inspirations in life. She met Billie Jean and she said, I want to aspire to be a professional tennis player. And then when I do it, I want to give back the way Billie Jean does so that I can have the same impact she did. So that's why Venus does a clinic, Serena does a clinic. It's why they're so generous, because they were inspired by the exact same thing by Billie Jean King. And so hopefully we'll be able to make the same impact on future generations.
Now, Leander, beyond tennis, do you do anything? Do you have any businesses?
Tennis has basically been the sole existence of my life so far. A bunch of other things that I've done. I've designed clothes for Adidas for 9 years. I had my own clothing company for 2. Design is a big part of my life, and I designed real estate, sports science centers, gyms and spas. I've done 4 of them in India. As we know, real estate in India is really booming well. So I've done a design in Bangalore, over 27 acres of a sports science center in a community which is of 250 acres of residential community. I've always admired people like Mark who are multifaceted, who have many different things going on. So tennis is taking so much of one's time in terms of preparing this body and mind to perform. Now that I'm at my last home stretch with tennis, there are a bunch of other things going on. Entertainment, what you do is something that's really interesting as well.
Anytime you want to replace me, I'm perfectly happy.
But it's also, I think it's worth mentioning, because Leander, in addition to his incredible tennis accomplishments, is one of the, you can go on YouTube and see his workouts. This guy isn't in shape like this for nothing. He works out harder than anyone. He has all these business interests, but he also has philanthropic interests and gives back in a big way. I think it's worth talking about that too. People can hear about that.
Mark's talking about my orphanage. I started an orphanage when I was really young with my first tennis prize money at the age of 9. Started with 2 kids then, and I won about equivalent to $300 then, and I thought I was the king of the world. Today I can happily sit back and say I've got 10,000 orphans that I look after and give them different opportunities in life through sport, through teaching them skills in life, teaching them to use their hands and their God-given talents to make a livelihood, yeah.
Very admirable. Now, Mark, your business, Kastles Systems. Tell me a little bit about it.
It's a great company. I bought it 2 years ago from the entrepreneur who started it 30 years ago. And it's, you know, in DC, it's a little bit, it's an iconic brand. It's a little like FedEx and Kleenex. Everyone says, here's my Castle key, you know?
That's right.
And we secure about 75% of the Class A buildings in Washington. We have offices in 5 other U.S. cities, and Sydney, Australia. My partner is Piyush Soda, who's a great one, one of the great entrepreneurs, not just in Washington, but anywhere in the United States. And he and I have been partners for 15 years, and this is our 5th company together. And he's as good as it gets in terms of both his ability as a CEO, but also as a person. So I love the company. It's a great business. We're doing so many new and exciting things with technology. I always say to people in the company that I truly would give up any business opportunity for the world to be a safer place. But, you know, the reality is it's not. And so what we try to do is, through using technology, make security more effective, more efficient, and less intrusive. And we think that those kind of things are ways where people can be safer at a lower cost, and also, you know, not feel like they're you know, like you do when you go through an airport where everything gets checked. And so we're really excited about all the things that we're doing and in the future.
I want to thank both of you for coming into the studio. But Leander, there are a lot of kids looking at you, and they want to be just like you. So how do they come up with a roadmap?
Better than me. I think that the sole thing that I would like to stand for is that it's amazing what can be achieved with a little bit of perseverance and self-belief. I'm a true example of that, coming from a small town in India where, sure, I had parents who were Olympians, but not necessarily the perfect infrastructure to nurture athletes. Just a lot of hard work, trying to find a way to make things work, and a lot of self-belief really is the reason I'm sitting here today.
But now we still got Castle Tennis to go to. So tell the folks, why should they come and see the tennis?
You will have the time of your life. You'll see great tennis. You'll have fun. So we'd love to see everyone out there. Support Leander, support the team, and we so appreciate you having us here today.
You're very welcome. Leander, last words from you?
I think it's a great experience, World Team Tennis. Mark has set up a fantastic arena for us right in downtown DC, and this is really a unique experience. You got all the buildings around, our business buildings, you got bird's eye view from there. I can't wait till when the sun comes down, the lights come on, and it's game time.
Thank you very much, folks.
Thanks so much. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks.